It was a cold, dreary night, but that wouldn't stop me. I was on the hunt. I had been handed a new case, the curious case of the canceled Ghostbusters 3 film, Hellbent. What happened to this film? Why was it never made? Well, I was hellbent to find out. I had searched for days for clues without a trace when I had an idea. If I wanted to learn about this dead film, I needed to go find the ghost of this film to learn all of its secrets. So I tracked this film's grave down to a small hidden site, and I began to dig. If I could find the ghost of the film, I could finally uncover the truth. So I dug, and 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 I dug, until I finally found it.
Hello everyone, my name is Detective Spielberg. I have been on a hunt to try to uncover the mystery of what happened to the cancelled Ghostbusters 3 film, Hellbent. But I fear that in my efforts to learn the truth, I may have unleashed a much worse curse upon myself, because I have now become possessed by the ghost of Ghostbusters 3. And sometimes my arm does this now. Oh gosh, it's doing it again. Stop, 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 stop. Sometimes my arm contorts now. I hate it. I believe it may be a side effect of being possessed by... Stop. Anyways, Ghostbusters was a big hit film in 1984, and it spawned a sequel, Ghostbusters 2. But unfortunately, that sequel was not as highly regarded and was viewed as kind of a dud. But, of course, that didn't stop the team from prepping that third film. But in the process of trying to get this film together, get the actors involved, and find the new story, this film completely crumbled and was eventually scrapped for the 2016 reboot, which worked out great. But with Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out, I think it's about time to revisit this canceled film and take a look at what happened to Ghostbusters 3, Hellbent. So Ghostbusters 3, Hellbent was it? Wait, am I gonna get demonetized for the amount of times I've said Hellbent in this video? I did just say it again. Wait, what's that? I don't make any money from YouTube. Oh, okay then. I guess I can say it as much as I want then. Hellbent. But seriously though, I am gonna stop because I don't want my mommy to hear me and think I'm saying a naughty word, so I'm just gonna stop it right there.
I think Detective Spielberg just said a naughty word. He's gonna get me demonetized!
But Ghostbusters 3 was announced in 1999, and a script began to be crafted. The plot involved the Ghostbusters going down to hell, except in this world, hell was an alternate reality version of Manhattan called Manhattan. That's pretty punny. And as they explored this city, they were eventually going to meet the devil. Yes, they were going to meet my ex-wife. So as writing began, Dan Aykroyd wasn't sure if he could get Bill Murray back for this film, because Bill Murray, if you don't know, is very picky about his scripts. He's a very hard man to please, so it's really difficult to get him in your movie. That's why you usually only see Bill Murray in prestigious art films, such as Garfield 2, A Tale of Two Kittens. So while writing this third film, Dan began writing a draft where the Ghostbusters were trying to continue on after Venkman left. And they were trying to deal with the fact that a bunch of ghosts were beginning to appear on Earth because they said that hell was getting too full, and so the ghosts were coming up. Well, that's depressing, but probably accurate. Also, this movie was planning on bringing in a new team of Ghostbusters to help take over the series after these guys left. Unfortunately, though, we do not know the actors they were planning on using. Unfortunately, we don't know the actors they were planning on using. What is happening to me? What is happening? Apparently, we actually do know the actors they were planning on using. The ghost knew. Thank you, Ghost, for telling me. They were thinking about getting Chris Farley, Chris Rock, Ben Stiller, and even Will Smith. Just hearing about that awesome cast makes me really want to see this film. Like, that sounds like so much fun. And there were even rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were gonna come back and return as— wait, no, that's a different movie. But this wasn't the only version of the script, because there was many done by many writers. One of them included Venkman dying and his son Oscar taking over. Another included a group of Columbia students who would take up the mantle and be guided by Bill Murray's Venkman as a ghost. That sounds really interesting to me. One included John Cena teaming up with the Ghostbusters to fight off the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and of course he won by giving him the old Stone Cold Stunner. Is that true, Carter? No. No, it's not. Can you let me out of here, though? No. But all of these scripts, and the studio still wouldn't give it a green light. And they could not get Bill Murray to care. No matter how many scripts they showed him, he just did not want to be involved. He was probably like, guys, I just don't want to be involved in your classless films. I'm working on Garfield. And on top of this, Ivan Reitman, the director of the film, was also losing interest. So these ideas just never came through. But, interestingly enough, some of the ideas were used in the 2009 video game, Ghostbusters. The video game. Some of that game's story is actually plot points taken from these canceled films. So it's nice to see that not all of the ideas were a waste. Also, weirdly enough, there are several interviews out there where Dan Aykroyd says things like, we're gonna start shooting this fall, we're gonna start shooting at the end of the year, and then none of these things ever happen. Like, it's very weird. But I kind of get the vibe that Dan Aykroyd was like the most excited one about this, and the other ones weren't really as excited. Like, I get the vibe that Dan Aykroyd was like that excited friend trying to convince his friends to do something that they don't want to do. Like how in my friend group I'm always like, no, throwing bricks in my ex-wife's house window is a fun idea. It is! Ooh, it's me, a ghost! Ooh, I think you should open this closet door! Ooh, I'm a ghost! Ooh. Really, Carter? You're like really gonna interrupt me like this? No, it's not Carter, it's a ghost! Ooh. Carter, please, just shut up. Please. So Dan kept on working harder and harder at this script, but eventually, a tragedy occurred in 2014.
One of Hollywood's most successful filmmakers has died.
The rest of the world knows Ramis best as Dr. Egon Spengler from the comedy blockbuster Ghostbusters, a movie he not only starred in, but co-wrote with his co-star Dan Aykroyd. In a statement, Aykroyd says he was deeply saddened to hear of the passing of my brilliant, gifted, funny friend, co-writer, performer, and teacher Harold Ramis.
When I turn in a script, I'm not even sure if it's professional. I mean, I'm afraid people are going to read it and go, geez, well, you know, what makes this guy think he can write? This is so amateurish.
But industry peers say Ramis was anything but amateur. Director Ivan Reitman says the world has lost a wonderful, truly original comedy voice with the passing of Harold Ramis. Ramis's on- and off-screen credits are long and impressive. a brilliant comedic voice silenced at 69.
This obviously changed quite a bit, and I think it threw a massive wrench into their plans. I think that Harold Ramis' passing was the final nail in the coffin for this film. So Dan finally put down his pen and handed over the rights to Ghostbusters to Paul Feig, who rebooted the franchise. And that turned out great! So in the end, this film was never made because they just couldn't get the perfect script and story together. They couldn't get the actors and directors excited again. And of course, the tragic passing of Harold Ramis. Ghostbusters 3 had so many ideas and scripts, it's hard to say what this film would have ended up being like. But as a fan of those first two films, I'm sad that we never got this film. And I'm really sad that Harold Ramis didn't get to have one last adventure in that old proton pack. But flashing forward, Ghostbusters Afterlife is just coming out, and hopefully it'll be the sequel we've all been waiting for that will please all the fans. Now it is time for me to return the spirit that has been burdened to me. Now it is time to return this spirit that has been burdened to me. Oh no, not again. Not again. Not again. Stop contorting!
Hey bud, are you good? I'm hearing a lot of and I'm wondering if are you good? Please leave me. Okay, that's enough fog for you. You've lost your fog privileges. Oh no! Oh frick! Uh-oh! Hopefully it didn't break. Hopefully. Oh, frick me! Oh no! Ow! Did the lights fall on you?
Yes! The wind knocked it over.
Oh no!
Hit me right in the head.
Dude, these lights are gonna be the death of us.